Hi, Brian McAboy here with Inside Out Trading. Today we're going to talk about the three big things that traders do that cause you to just plain leave money on the table. We're talking about the big three here. If you're not making as much money from your trading as you would like, pay attention. Today is what you've been looking for because seriously, I've been working with traders for almost 20 years now, and it's always one of these three things, if not two or three, or all three of them. If you're not making the kind of money you want, if feel like you've been settling for less than you would like to be making, pay attention because today we're going to talk about the three things and then what you can do to address them. So yeah, if you're leaving money on the table, you leave money on the table, you want to stop doing it. These are the three things. Okay, so what's the first thing that traders do that leaves tons of money on the table? Well, the first thing is, believe it or not, jumping around from system to system is one of the biggest culprits. Just plain not being able to settle down on one thing and stick with it. One of the biggest things. Not necessarily, it's not sticking to your rules. It's just not sticking to a system. It's like every week is something new. And so you're always in the state of working on something new. And that's a huge problem. Now, okay, so that's by itself. Just jumping around from system to system, not being able to stay with one thing. Okay, so what's the second thing? Well, the second thing is, of course, not being able to stick to your rules. It's bad execution, really, is what it is. And so there's a whole handful that goes in with this. And this is where most of the talk about trading psychology comes in, is being able to stick to your rules. And really, there's more to it than that. It's all about, can you execute and execute properly, really is the flip side of it. And that's where your focus needs to be. Instead of how can I control my emotions? How can I stop making mistakes? It needs to turn around to how can I execute consistently and well and comfortably without having to fight my emotions. But you need to turn the focus around to a positive thing. And that's really crucial. Now, the third thing, and this is one where a lot of traders really get tripped up because nobody seems to want to talk about it, or if they do, it seems to go undiscussed, but it really is a big deal. It really is. And that is working with a crappy system. I'm not talking about a crappy strategy. We're talking about a crappy system. It really is. And so if you got a crappy system, the problem is it's like going to have bad execution built into it. You can have a great strategy. I'm going to get in at the beginning of a trend and get out when it's exhausted, or when the market turns, that's when I'll get in and I'll ride it for a little bit, go in the other direction. Those are valid strategies. But if you can't execute on them consistently, hence your system, how you're going to do that consistently, then that's where you're leaving money on the table. So we've got these three things. We got jumping around from system to system, not being able to execute a given system well. And the third one is having a crappy system to start with. Now, if any of those three things sound familiar, if this is resonating with you and you'd like to fix that so that you can start making the kind of money that you should be from your trading, and seriously, if you're more than 6 months into this, you should be at least up to speed. You should be at the very least at break even, if not making some money. Seriously, this is not that complex. If you're getting the right training, it shouldn't take years to get good as a trader. Seriously, it just shouldn't take that long. This is not that complicated. It's not like trying to become a project manager where, yeah, you probably do need at least a couple of years, probably 3 or 4 years training to be a good project manager. No, or an engineer, civil engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, a software programmer. These are all professions that you're already doing. Your day job is way more complex and sophisticated, I'm sure, than trading. You just haven't gotten the skills and gotten the proper training to be good at this. That's why it's rough. I mean, think about it. Anything you try to do, if you're not good at it, it's rough. It's emotional. It's stressful. And the funny thing is, you look at the things that you are good at, and it's like, cool, no big deal. I mean, yeah, there's maybe some excitement because it's fun. Things don't always go great, but it doesn't ruin your day. And so, really, it's trading requires a certain level of skills. And so long as you're down here, it's going to be rough, and you're not going to make the kind of money. Well, you're going to be leaving money on the table if so long as your skills are down here, because trading requires this level. But when you get your trading skills up and you surpass the required level, now you're up here. It's easy at that point, and making money is fun. And I mean, of course, there's still some challenge. It's because nobody can predict what's going to happen at any given moment on any game, but it gets a whole lot easier because now you got a solid handle on it. Again, just like anything else that you've tried to do in your life, if it requires skills, you're not like really well proficient, properly trained, and well prepared for it, it's going to be rough. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be stressful. Not going to have great results. When you get the right training, that all turns around, and that's really cool. And the cool thing about it is that's really what's been missing is the proper training. And just because somebody showed you a system doesn't mean you've been properly trained, as you've come to know. I mean, obviously, if you're not making the kind of money that you want from your trading, you're not there yet. Again, you got to get your skills up. And so it's not just the skill of placing trades, there's a range of skills that goes with trading. And so you need to attend to these three things because every one of these three things is costing you money right now. You're already paying for this lousy education, or you're paying for the opportunity to trade not fully trained. And so you're already paying a hefty price for it. And for most traders, particularly, if you're trading stocks, cryptos, this takes some money to trade. You're trading realistically, if it's going to be worth your time, should be pulling probably 10 grand a month or more. And if it's not, I mean, even if you're only going to go 5 on the low side, if you want to do this for a living, you really need to be making at least 5 grand a month. 10 grand a month really is where that should be your like bottom floor. Ideally, you want to be making like 20 or 25, right? And so the capital is available. Once you're skilled up, prop firms are more than happy to let you trade your capital when you're skilled up. So if you'd like to talk about this, see, what's been holding you back, where the gaps are in your training, swing by InsideOutTrading.com and book a call with me. Up at the very top, you'll see the link at the very top of the page, and the navigation says book a call with Brian. Click on that and book a call with me, and we'll talk about your situation, see where your gaps are, see what needs to be filled in. And maybe it is some true psychological issue. Maybe there was something traumatic from your childhood. Dad said something to you when you were 7 that's really hanging you up. But maybe that's true, and we can sort that out. More than likely, you're okay. You have personally what it takes. You just got a really lousy start to trading, and that can be kind of hard to turn around by yourself. So swing by InsideOutTrading.com, book a call with me. We'll sort through, what's been going on with you, what's your best path forward to get you past these things, so you can stop leaving all this money on the table. Like I said, you're already paying for it. If you should be making it, if you want to know how much is it costing you, well, if you should be making 10 grand a month from your trading because you're working with that kind of capital, and 10 grand a month is not unreasonable. Whatever you're not making, whatever you're short of that mark, that's what it's costing you. So if you should be making 10 grand a month and you're only making 2, it's costing you 8 grand not to get skilled up. It's costing you 8 grand every month. So again, swing by InsideOutTrading.com. Let's get it sorted out. Let's get you past the obstacles and on to really good trading where you're making the kind of money, you're having fun at it, it's easy, and it's everything that you've wanted it to be from the beginning. So I hope this has been helpful. If it has, give me a subscribe and a like down below so YouTube knows that this is a worthwhile video, and share it with your friends. Anyway, again, hope it's been helpful. Talk to you soon. Cheers.